Start, bench, sell. Rice, Rodri, Casemiro. Oh, notorious. You are a bastard. I would... Oh, mate. That, to me, is impossible because everyone's going to say Casemiro because he's not playing very well at the moment, but I think he's going to come back and be what he was before. I really like Rice. I think Rodri's the best holding midfielder in Europe and therefore in the world at the moment. So I really would just say sell Casemiro because he's injured, bench Rice and start Rodri. But that's recency bias, and you know I'd have to admit that. Would you take Graham Potter as England manager? Yeah. It's fine. I've done that one. Okay, get some questions in because apart from the penalty, that was a bit of a can't win the Euros with him. Southgate ain't it? Says Majestic Hero. Thanks, mate. Hope you're doing well. Kind of glad we're losing. We're beyond awful. Says Ginger. Look, there's no Bellingham on that pitch. There's no Harry Kane on that pitch. So I think that makes a big difference. I think we have to win the Euros. Start bench. I'm getting some good start bench sells now. Max Creature says start bench sell. Klopp, Arteta, Ten Hag. Sell Ten Hag, bench Pep, start Klopp. And I love Ten Hag, but it's a little bit like saying, you know, start bench sell when it's... No, I can't do that. It's not fair. Sometimes the first funny joke isn't the best one to go with. But no, look, I love Ten Hag. I want him to do well at Man United. But you're talking about the two best managers in the Premier League with Klopp and Pep. So I'm not going to be a liar or wear red tinted glasses for no reason. But a very good one. Yeah. Southgate is the biggest yes man going, says TTV Videos. And Bro said Pep instead of Arteta, says Habby. Yes, I did. Mark, if Southgate leaves after the Euros, do you think it will take over, personally, can see someone like Jose getting the job, says Liam. Well, Jose, I don't know what Jose is going to do next because there's massive money in the MLS and in Saudi Arabia for Jose. But he's never managed the national team. And if he's going to manage a national team, I mean, fucking hell, I don't know why Portugal gave the job to Martinez. He's one of the crappiest coaches I've ever known who seems to get good national jobs. But Jose's 60, so, you know, and he's been under a little bit of threat for Roma, hasn't he? So I don't know whether Jose would even be a good fit for England because is he the guy he used to be? Would the football be any better? Nathan Allen says, it's actually really impressive if you think about it. Southgate manages to get these players to play so badly. They look like non-league players. And thank you very much, Nathan Allen, for that. I appreciate it. Who do you think are the top 5 managers in your Premier League? Cold Mike says, who do you think are the top 5 Premier League managers at the moment? Well, Klopp, Pep, Emery would be my top 3 at the moment. Right here, right now. And then it gets difficult because Ten Hag's underperforming. Eddie Howe has done a good job. Ange, it's really, really short evidence pool. De Zerbi, I think, does a really good job as well. But then you've got to remember people like Thomas Frank at Brentford, who does an amazing job. So it's difficult. I think Emery, obviously Arteta as well. So I think Arteta, Emery, Pep and Klopp are easy in the 4. Who the 5th one is, you can make a case for Ange, you can make a case for Eddie Howe, you can make a case for Thomas Frank, you can make a case for Ten Hag based on the first year. So I think it's difficult. What do you think of American sports like the NFL trying to tap into Euro markets? Will it be successful, says Hook? No. I think NFL is growing in popularity, but the reason the NFL will not, and when I say NFL to the unversed, I'm talking about American football. The reason American football or the NFL will not take hold of Europe in the same way that football does is because, as a fan of NFL, it's such a short window. It's basically September to January. It's football is 11 months of the year, sometimes 12 months of the year, and you can't compete with that when you're only there for half of it. So it will never be able to compete because it doesn't play enough. What's your thoughts on Ancelotti as the England manager? Who is your top semi-realistic pick, says Connor. Well, I'm not going to get a semi about it, but I'll give you my realistic picks. I'd love Ancelotti. I'd love someone like Pep. I would love... I think Mourinho would be interesting. If we're going to go English, I think you've got to go Eddie Howe or Potter because it's a massive drop-off if you go for anybody else who's English. I mean, you can't go for fucking Frank Lampard or something stupid like that. But you know what? I don't think the FA has got the foresight to do it. But if Brighton can get someone like De Zerbi, why can't England? I mean, a lot of clubs these days are recruiting managers that people don't even hear of. And I know it's not going great for Bournemouth, but they're getting rid of Gary O'Neill to bring their guy in was really forward thinking based on somebody that had a good reputation. So yeah, I think that why can't England go and get a coach that's transformative and exciting? Start bench sell, England manager edition, says Cormac, Kevin Keegan, Steve McLaren, Sam Allardyce. I'd start Keegan, even though he wasn't great. I would bench Allardyce and sell McLaren, I suppose. Cormac, thank you very much. If you were a billionaire, says Hook, what do you mean if? And could buy any team and make them a powerhouse, who would it be? Can't pick Man United. Good question. So if I couldn't buy Man United, what team would I buy? Well, I wouldn't buy a foreign team because I'm not passionate about other leagues enough. I'd have to buy an English team. And I don't think I could buy a Premier League club because I think I'd feel like it's too close to home. So when I do Championship Manager or Football Manager, if I'm not going to be Man United, I won't be Everton because they're in the same league. I have to go down leagues so there's a distance, and then if I get them into that league, it feels a little bit more allowable. So I think if I was a billionaire, I would buy a club in the Championship and do it that way.